What's good, everyone? Welcome back to My First Kicks. This is episode 160, and this week I welcome KO to the podcast. Now, KO is one of the big figureheads behind ATATF. If you're not familiar with ATATF, I don't know what kind of rock you've been under, but but I've been following them and that page and KO for a good bit now, and they are, I want to say, the voice behind sneakers on the internet and also sneakers in Atlanta. I know a lot of like goofy stuff that's happened or stuff that like questions that are asked on Twitter or get posted up on ATATF pages, and I am still straight up. I am still trying to get into their Facebook. I guess I'm on the waiting list. Let me see if I can get. Hopefully, after this episode drops, I can skip the line. You know what I mean? So, uh, but shout out to KO for jumping on an episode. And let me be real, your boy has been stressed out. I've been working crazy hours, and also doing other stuff. Like the other night, I went to go see my boys at Oxymorons perform at a Everlast uh, overthrown uh, merch drop that involved boxing. It was absolutely nuts. I watched somebody get knocked out, but not like cold, knocked out cold. It was a TKO ref stoppage, but it was very cool, very interesting. My boys performed in an actual boxing ring, and it was dope as hell of an experience. I got to talk to Vic Mensa. Maybe might be able to get Vic Mensa on an episode, so look out for that. But no promises, no promises. And it was just a wild night, very cool. Hoping to do more cool stuff like that and maybe do something cool like that for the podcast. So I do want to call out and let y'all know, and hopefully you guys can help your boy. I'm looking for a couple things. I'm looking for an actual studio to record an episode within New York City with a reasonable price. If you see me on Twitter, I posted about a studio quoting me $120 for an hour to record at their studio. Absolutely asinine. I will not pay that. I don't care how high quality it is. I mean, I'm doing the editing myself probably at the end of the day. And also, I am in need of a producer or somebody to help your boy out because this is a large undertaking. As you can see, when I get busy, everything else falls to the waistline. I'm putting out social clips and they kind of look okay at best. I'm putting out, I'm not doing as TikToks, I'm not doing any YouTube stuff. I've been trying to keep my head on while also bringing you guys good content and good episodes each week because obviously the podcast is not my bread and butter per se, but this is my preferred outlet as to my content. And I love talking to y'all. I love interacting with everybody. And I love being able to bring on a guest and talk to everyone and give them my full undivided attention. So please, 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 if anybody would like to jump in and help me in any of these facets, hit your boy up and my first kicks at my first kicks pod. That's the easier way. Or if you follow me on at who is Haas, you can also hit me up there. But hit me in a comment or something if I haven't responded to you in like a day or something like that. And I appreciate y'all. So on to where you can find KO. You can find him on all social medias as at KO from ATATF. And then also follow ATATF at ATATF. Of course, everything that is where to find KO, you can find it in the description of this podcast. And you know where to follow me. I am Who is Haas on all social medias. Follow the podcast of My First Kicks Pod. Follow the podcast on YouTube and TikTok at My First Kicks. Please, if you watch a video, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, hit the like button, share it with somebody, and also hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for checking me out, checking this podcast out. Hopefully we are telling good stories, having good conversations, and using sneakers as a through line to bring you more an exciting sneaker community based conversations, I want to say. I don't know. So yeah, leave a review, and if this is your first time listening, you can hit me up at myfirstkickspod@gmail.com with your My First Kick story. Would love to read your story to a guest and a future guest that I have on. So on to this week's guest, KO. Hey KO, welcome to the podcast.
My God, appreciate you.
Nah,
Appreciate you
man.
having me. First and foremost, man. I apologize. It took us a little while, but you had to, great things take time. Well, I'm assuming we're gonna make this great.
Nah, it's all good. Like there's it's gonna be a good episode where we keep bouncing back because the schedules never worked out, and then all of a sudden the schedules do work. The schedules do work out.
No, I think that really just goes to notate that we're actually doing something not completely that we're just not living online 100% of our lives. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
That
yeah.
literally lets me know you're a real person. You feel me? Like when someone has a little bit too much availability, it's like, oh no, sitting on the internet all day. You know what I mean? Looking at their moves. So I respect it, man. Like I said, I appreciate you having me, man. I'm here, man. Let's have some fun.
No, yeah, for sure. And for people who aren't familiar with you, how about you introduce yourself?
Man, I'm nobody, bro. I'm just to the internet. I'm just KO, bro. I'm just a regular person. A lot of people know me for the ATATF community, in
Hmm.
which we built down in Atlanta, Georgia. So pretty much is a platform that lives on Facebook's platform, but we've grown beyond just this cult like community and marketplace. So where now it's just kind of like a lifestyle, and now we're just in a position of just kind of shifting and transitioning and being like a media source, but also like trying to fill those gaps that exist within sneaker culture right now and sneaker community right now. So yeah, a lot of people may know of the ATATF page and moderate the ATATF group that's on Facebook.
No, but I mean, like in a just to straight up say it, like in a world that we predominantly see, white faces that are representing things that we love in terms of just sneaker and hype culture. It's good to see a black person in front of these spaces and actually putting together community and stuff like that because a lot of this is stem from hip hop and from you know black culture in general. So yeah, I always gotta give the flowers on that.
Nah, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you acknowledging that too, man. Because like from our end, and where we build from, like it's moments where you want to scream that out loud every day.
Hmm.
But like at some point in time, it can become. I mean, it's always going to be tasteful to do it, but it can become distasteful at times because, of course, sneaker culture is for everybody. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
some people are lost in translation and not really wanting to pay that real homage in regards to like who creates culture, where does it come from, and that's a
Hmm.
whole nother layer within itself. But it's like when you get into that conversation and having it could be a little fickle line. You know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of like have that dialogue proudfully, but also like respectfully. And it's hard to do that when you got people that kind of came into this space online. You know what I'm saying? This is something
Hmm.
that was created in real life. You know what I mean? Like it was a social conversation. It was, meeting like-minded individuals and actually being able to shake people's hands and growing it from that, man. So, that's a whole nother that's a deeper, darker criminal link, you know what I'm saying? So you know
Man, I mean, look, if people don't recognize it, it's all. I think it's weird. You know, before we jump into the question, I do. There's like, it's wild because on TikTok recently, and I got to make a video about this. Somebody was asking, "What is a sneakerhead?" and what does the term mean? And I was kind of like blown away by it because a lot of people on there were responding it being like, "Oh, I've never called myself a sneakerhead. Oh, I've
yeah,
never called like and be like, oh, I've never had OGs call me a sneakerhead." And then I'm always like, because you were kind of in it, but you weren't like in it. And I think
right.
that goes through every single subculture that we are part of. Like some people's like jump in and jump out, and then they don't want to be called that official term. Or when it first started, it's always like, oh, this is weird. I don't want to be called that. And a lot of that is just stem from people just trying to be different. And to me, that always stems from hip hop. Hip hop was always just like, we here we got to tell our struggles, and we got to be unique, and this is how we do it, and this is how we interpret it, like music, clothes, dancing, graffiti, all that stuff.
For sure. So I know you said it's people trying to be different. Do you actually think it's people trying to be different, or is this people that just don't know, or they came into the space where it was just a free fall and the door was open and you didn't have to like have any knowledge per se in regard to like where the basis of this shit came from? I feel like you gave a huge pass just now, bro. I was kind of like, damn, that's a good pass you gave out right there. 'Cause I can't consider it being different. It's like, yo, you just don't know. But the great thing about it is, and the thing about the platform that you're
Hmm.
creating with this podcast, you gotta always keep in mind, like, man, you're here to teach.
No, yeah, for sure, for sure.
So we can't be just randomly like, yeah, you just try to be different. Like, nah, fam, you weren't given the principles of in regard to like how this shit was built.
No,
Here's
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literally sneaker culture in terms of just
okay,
like being different and like using sneakers to being different. I didn't mean it like
okay.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, mind you, we having a conversation. The
yeah,
thing
yeah,
about it,
yeah,
we're gonna ping pong back and forth, man.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, for sure.
because I like getting transparency on this. Like, bro, like, man,
Hmm.
I be on Twitter and the arguments that I see on Twitter, and also like in the comment space as well. So you gotta think about it, like we have the IG page, right? But like,
Hmm.
bro, like when we have conversations like within the group, like in Facebook,
Hmm.
it's like real people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not like
Yeah.
somebody's not behind a profile. So it's like if we get into a back and forth, it's like, nah, we're gonna keep getting to a back and forth until we come to a common understanding.
Hmm.
So when you and I'm asking you this, so
Yeah.
when you do see those rapports and dialogues that happen, and when people say, I never had nobody call me that, like, do you feel the need to say like why, or do you just be like, yo, whatever, and just blow it off?
No, I feel that I feel the need to be like to at least explain my understanding of it, because
Got you.
I still have to come at it at being like, okay, there's different perspectives to this. Even though I feel I'm the truest, like for example, I feel I'm the truest form of this
Yeah,
subculture, right?
yeah,
Obviously my experience is based on who brought me into it and how much of it
yeah.
I explored of it, right? But
Correct.
at the same time, I still have to give that leeway of people not understanding, especially like a pre-internet age where people who got into this before the internet and then the
Yeah,
internet expanded whatever they're into, like it's a
yeah.
totally different. So you have to like take all these avenues in order for people to understand you. But at the same time, you could still be an old head and be an asshole and be like, nah, you wrong. This is what
Yeah.
a sneakerhead is. Like, you know what I mean? Like you could still do that same thing.
Man, and that's the line. You know, I know you heard the phrase the OG and old head, the difference between the both. And like I think like we were valued to be, like I said, like our internet was Facebook groups. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, on Facebook groups, it's no hiding. You know what I'm saying? Like Twitter and Facebook, two different things. You know what I'm saying? Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
it's somebody you don't even know who the person is. He's just talking. It's either you're replying or not replying. Like I said, Facebook is a legit account.
Mm-hmm.
And just like on Facebook, like we've had arguments in there where you're arguing with younger individuals and they like, man, y'all on some old head shit. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like you got to catch yourself to where it's like, damn, you don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always the guy to where it's like, yo, we're doing this to make sure this shit lives 50 to 100 more years. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So like catching ourselves in that regard, and that's why I was getting into the conversation in regard to why I was insinuating that, assuming you were giving a pass. Because I was like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, it's a lot of kids that actually don't like care for the sneakerhead terminology,
Mm-hmm.
but they'll be the kids reselling sneakers left and right.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, where do we find that space to? And I don't want to say correct because, like I said, correct them. It just feels like you said, we're not here to be old heads. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We're here to lend information. You know what I'm saying? I think we are here to lend information. I think it's how we lend it, and perception is a whole nother ordeal as well. I
Mm-hmm.
also feel like when you respond to somebody in whatever environment that may be, and when I say environment, I mean like social environment, like Twitter, you automatically have your defensive mechanisms on. I just feel like everybody does because that's just
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah.
You gotta have your bulletproof vest on Twitter and just be prepared because you just don't know.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
wild.
like,
It's the Wild West. I always call it the Wild West because I don't think everybody's already ready to shoot you,
yeah, for sure.
and they don't give you a chance to really explain yourself. And I kind of, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but I mean, I think you follow me on both my accounts, but it's just like I kind of tweet something and I just leave it, and
Yeah,
then you know it doesn't really like none of my stuff gets any traction, so it's always just like whatever. And I'm very, I want to say like I mean, you ain't wrong. I do give the leeway to a bunch of people, and that's mostly because we do have to accept that this has to be an accepting, like in order for this culture to expand more, it does have to be
yeah,
more accepting because it is based on the grounds of gatekeeping and all this other stuff that helped it make it this super niche thing, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
but the thing is like if you let people in and the people and when it stops being a fad, you still get the people that appreciate it and learn how to appreciate it when they were here. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure. I think the year of 2024 be that filter for that to
Mm-hmm.
filter out those who actually came in the past 3 to 4 years and monetize off it. Mind you, it's a gift and a curse to that too because you need that in order for this thing to thrive.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I don't want to be the guy that's on here like, oh, anti reseller, like all resellers have exist forever. But I
Yeah.
will say, in regard to like how we give information on Twitter, like I'll speak it to little cousin the other day. He like, man, I don't be on fuck Twitter. I'm on TikTok.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like, imagine this. I think it's like right place, right time now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
From a perspective of how do you integrate yourself into the TikTok space and give that information over there, because that's really what I care about, the younger demographic. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like anytime I come on Twitter, I see older people just on there arguing all day. You know what I'm
Oh
saying? No
yeah.
matter what it's about. And it could be about, the craziest thing. And it's like, and some people quote unquote give it a title of being leadership, but it's like, man, it's kind of toxic. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
like from the brands, it's toxic as well. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, like I remember sitting in a meeting a couple years back. This might have been 2011, 12, man. And we were sitting in we're having a casual conversation. It was a couple heads down from Portland.
Mm-hmm.
We're having dinner, you know what I'm saying? And it was a mixture of us, maybe like 7 of us, you know what I'm saying? And the mixture of us, it was a kid that played basketball. It was a super, super fire kid that played AAU basketball at the time. And we were over speaking him, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because we were passionate about, the space of just sneakers
Yeah.
to the point where he couldn't even like get any of his information out. He was able to get his information out, but just still. But I vividly remember this, and I never forgot it after this. But like after we wrapped up, like one of the heads like pulled me to the side, like, look, bro, like we hear y'all, but like, man, we've been taking money from y'all since y'all were his age.
Yeah.
We want to maintain and stay on the next.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like ever since, of course, that's always been my focus in regard to like, then when you come to these toxic spaces in the sneaker community, it's like this is probably why kids don't care to be over here on Twitter, because that's all they see. So that's what I said. Like my little cousin kind of saying, I was like, damn, that's kind of why. And I asked him, I was like, why? He's like, man, because y'all don't number argue over there. Ain't number arguments, and everybody knows it all. And I'm like, for a kid to be saying this is like, damn, okay, okay, all right, I see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much back and forth, you know what I'm saying? There's value in Twitter, you know what I'm saying, for sure. But just,
Mm-hmm.
man, we gotta tighten up, bro. Like we just gotta tighten up in general. You know what I'm saying? I'm only having this conversation out loud with you because, like, we talk back and forth on Twitter, but it's also
Yeah.
like I know you speak from a place of being intentional. You know what I'm saying? You're
Mm-hmm.
intentional about what you say, why you're saying it. Same with me as well. Like even sometimes when I speak online on Twitter, man, I may be frustrated with something that's IRL with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like city of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like us being an influential city and things going wrong here. And I may just come on Twitter and just blatantly say it out loud, screenshot it just so I can throw it in my IG story. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But it's like it's a space for me to say that, but it's like sometimes even that get caught and lost in the sauce of people wanting to like figure out what's what. And it's like, yo, fam, this should be so much bigger and so much left field than all of what's going on here, man. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, it's a gift and a curse of everything, man. I'm sorry to kind of go down that line, but I just
You don't
think
gotta be sorry.
these are conversations that like I don't think we have enough. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're here to grow this thing, let's talk solutions, bro. Like
Nah,
let's
yeah. I think it's that's what I'm saying though, because of how this subculture was grown out of, right? I think that a lot of people, especially the people that are on Twitter, they idolize that
yeah,
that phase of like, oh nah, you ain't up on it. that's on you, right? You know,
Right.
like you got to feed these people to the wolves, right? And I mean, like, I have my moments, right? Like, sneaker con with the dude and the raffle, not the raffle, the boxes, the mystery
The
boxes,
mystery boxes, yeah.
right? So one of the homies posted a video on TikTok saying how it's not right, and my response to it was, oh, you know, everybody in this game always gets got. Might as well get them got early. That was my response. I was
Wow. That's tough, bro. That's tough.
but
That's
it's like that's
that's
super.
tough.
That was like my old. That was definitely an old head. That was an old head response, and I knew it was, but I was like, in my head is like, you know, y'all want to, like, people want to jump into this and just buy the Travis Scotts and be part of it, right? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
call
yeah, for
themselves
sure.
sneakerheads. So they're falling for the mystery box, thinking that that's what's going to be in there,
Correct.
right? And now they
Correct.
know
Correct.
that now they know that it's not a guarantee. Even if you put in this money, it's not a guarantee, and then they'll appreciate this next sneaker that they'll get. That's my logic of it, but that's it.
Well, I think the pushback on during that time period in that moment with the mystery boxes was the fact that he wasn't even putting in the price or the cost of the mystery box.
Right.
That's why he got so much pushback. Like, mind you,
Mm-hmm.
if he had enough stuff in there that equated to the buy-in, he would not have received as much pushback as he did. But the fact he was putting fucking keychains in there, bro. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be honest.
he was also being like, and then in the videos he would also say, "Oh, nah, the added stuff brings the value up to
Nah,
what
nah,
it was."
that ain't flying. That shit
Uh,
don't fly down here in Atlanta. I'm telling you that
mm-hmm.
now. Like, I ain't never seen it fly down here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure don't fly in other places as well. But in regard to like seeing that, like, you're not burning no kids, bro. Like, we not
Mm-mm.
letting that fly. That's one thing we just can't do. You know what I mean? And that's where it's just kind of like corny to me, where it's like, yo, you're doing that and you spitting on them, telling them it's rain. You know what I'm saying? Like, that
Yeah.
ain't that ain't that ain't fly. That'll never be fly. You feel me? So,
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, if it equated to the buy-in, cool. Yeah, you can't win every time. Put a couple Supreme shirts in there, whatever the hell it is. But like, man, you
Mm-hmm.
put like, you got these kids paying what was it, $300, $400 box. You put like a
Yeah.
GR that was in there.
Mm-hmm.
You put some keychains, and like, nah, bro, we can't get that. And now you talking about infiltration. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
that ain't cool. And that's why I feel like that's where we got to be like, nah, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think that's where you utilize the gatekeeper terms. Like, who's going to be the? And that's where the old head need to come into play right there. Like, nah,
Mm-hmm.
bro, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
respectfully, that ain't it, and disrespectfully, that ain't it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, because nobody wants their, you don't want your little. I don't know if you got a little brother, a little sister, little brother, little sister, little cousin coming up saying, "Look what I spent $400 on," and they show you some bullshit. You gonna be like, "What? Who did this?" You're gonna be like, "Yo, give me their account," or you're gonna want to find out who did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we
Mm-hmm.
gotta remember, we humans first before we sneakerheads. Let's be honest.
Right.
Respect is always first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's also something that got lost in translation with everything as well. Respect. Like, we gotta respect everybody first and foremost. Then we get into the space of being whatever we like. You know what I'm saying, in regard to the sneaker worlds, and then from there we can value each other's opinions. But if we ain't respecting each other from the jump, we ain't getting nowhere.
No, yeah, you make a valid point. I mean, like I said, I definitely know I was in the wrong after that. Like,
You was
I'm,
probably trolling, bro. You know you was probably trolling, playing around. Come on, man.
eh,
It was a
but
bar. You had to get it off, dog. It's all good.
I mean, it didn't go anywhere. Like, it's definitely not gonna go anywhere on here either. So it's fine. Like, it was an old post. It was an old post. I didn't
It's
make a
time you can
video. It
bring
was
it
just
back,
a
though.
comment. It was just a
You
comment.
can you can bring it back though. You know what I'm saying? You know you can spin it black and retweet it. You know what I'm saying? If that ever come back around again.
I'll be like, listen, man, I know I was wrong. This audio gets played immediately after in the comments. But KO, you're here to answer the one question that I ask everybody each week, and that question is, "What's your first kicks? What's that first pair of sneakers you absolutely needed to have?"
So I have a AI. I was a big AI fan growing
Mm-hmm.
up. You know what I'm saying? I played ball, and I think it might have been the DMX. It was crazy. Is the DMX they actually about to put back out with the
Yeah.
black one. And I remember getting that shoe, man, and we had a game that Saturday. And I remember I was running the one. I came down the court and I tried to hit somebody with the crossover, and I got called for the carry. I got called for the carry. I thought it was AI. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was AI in his prime. You know, not his prime because at the moment he was
Mm-hmm.
still AI at that time period. But just, mind you, like, we got into sneakers based off of the athletes, you know what I'm saying? The signature
Yeah.
athletes. We wanted to be like whoever those persons were, aka quote unquote, and to be like Mike commercial and ads and that and things of that nature. But now I begged for those shoes, man. As soon as I got them, I put them on and wore them that Saturday morning, dog. And I remember at top of the key, thought I was in that moment. Everything was in slow motion. Got called for the carry, man, and I was like, damn, okay. So I guess I'm not. I guess I'm not him. You know what I'm saying? but
Getting called,
yeah,
yo, after watching and one, you know how many times I was getting called for carries? A lot,
we,
bro.
we was ahead of the curve on all that, bro. Hey, shout out to Philip, man. Hot sauce, man. We used to hoop him before he got big, man.
Hmm.
I still got every and one tape, bro. Like that was a moment in time that I was so happy when they dropped that Netflix documentary, man.
I
It
wish it was
reminds me of
longer, yo. I feel like they should have did, like a 5-part series instead of just one episode, man. Because I
I
wanted
agree.
much more.
I agree. I agree. I'm with you. I'm with you. I think there's a lot of in depth that they could have broke into. Like that could have been like 5 seasons because you could have spent the whole season just on sauce. You
Hmm.
could have went all the way back or really started it from jump with Skip. You know what I'm saying? You could spend a whole season with Alamo. You know what I'm saying? Like you could
Hmm.
that time period, bro. Like man, that was baggy shorts. You know what I'm saying? Foot action, man, dog.
With the
That
N
that
one
was
shirts, my
yeah,
game talks more than your breath does, or something like that.
yeah, bro. That was a moment, bro. That was a moment in time, and man, I love it, bro. I love it. I'm just glad we were able to catch that, man. 'Cause like I said, we caught the pre-internet, and we're graceful enough to be able to witness what it is now, man. So that's why it's just
Hmm.
like we was like, yo, how do we solutions? We gotta provide solutions. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's something we care about, bro. Like because the way the kids learn these days, they only learn what they see. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And if it's infiltrated by things that we don't agree with, I mean that's what they're supposed to know. And
For
that's just what
sure.
it is.
For sure. I think it's definitely tough. I mean, I don't know what your like. What were you like in high school? Like, was that your first taste of sneaker culture? Like, where did
Nah,
you where?
man, man, I'm it's this all come from music, bro. Like
Hmm.
everything come from the trajectory of hip hop, as you stated
Hmm.
earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like sneakers went aligned, sneakers in sports, sneakers and music, all that aligned. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
was in that world. You know what I'm saying? I'm a part of the culture for real. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like for real. And like a couple weeks back, I threw up my magazines. Like I've been a hoarder of things. You know what I'm saying? I've
Hmm.
been fascinated by the likes of these were our superheroes for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like these were, I mean, I was in the comics and all that too. Like, but like the Jay-Z's, the Lil Wayne's, like it was, yo, what is that? You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
of course, we in a time now where being an artist is something easy to do because it's cheap. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. Like even from a studio perspective, but I come from the music industry too myself, so
Hmm.
it's like valuing that, and I just feel like the value of everything is kind of going down because everything's so accessible to do. But my first taste of sneakers has always been in regards to like my favorite rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like what
Yeah.
they had, what they were wearing, how they stood out. Segueing that into being in the sports. Whether it's the basketball side or the football side. With the air trainers and berries and bows and what I mean, et cetera, et cetera. But I mean, I've been a part of something that we saw something, and also you got to think about like, bro, this culture is really young, bro. We celebrating 50 years
Hmm.
last year. Like this shit really kind of young. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
so it's I'm not 50, I'm not 40 either. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, this is kind of young. You feel me? So like I think we were able to see it kept, and I don't want to because I don't want to be that either. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I'm always call a certain year a peak in my opinion, but it's all subjective. But like I think we were able to see certain peaks that I don't think we'll ever see again. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? For a little moment. You know what I'm saying? Just in regard to like how things were given to us from a mystery perspective. And I think you can align that as well, like even from a standpoint of music. Like you gotta think about like an artist would drop one time, he would drop fourth quarter, align that with a pair of Jordans dropping, 1 to 2 pair of Jordans dropping a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like those are moments, and we were able to appreciate things in a totally different way, just based off of just uh quality, not quality. Yeah, I can say quality and I guess quantity as well, man. But
Hmm.
my taste come from being a part of just the culture for real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just grateful to be able to do what we do today, man, and also just have somewhat of a little bit of, even if it's right or wrong, or have a little bit of say so in some things that happen, for everybody.
No, yeah. I mean, the one thing I'm not like very brought up on is the like sneaker culture in Atlanta. I mean, I've never been, but like the is there was there always like a one shoe that everybody had to have in order for you to be like I he or they are a
Yeah.
fly, you know what I mean?
Well, I think, mind you, if we speak about, 15 years ago, yeah, but as of today, I mean, right
Hmm.
now Atlanta is just like a transit city. You know what I'm saying? We got
Yeah.
some everybody here, but
All right. So I'm jumping in to talk about Magic Mind. For the whole month of January, Magic Mind has changed my mornings, and hopefully it has been changing yours too. As you know, in my current new job, I've been totally stressed, like I said in the intro of this podcast. But as you can see, I'm not stressed out while talking to KO, and I have to shout out the nootropics and the ashwagandha that are in every single shot of Magic Mind. Now, Magic Mind is a simple shot that has is full of caffeine and other ingredients such as cordyceps mushrooms, which will help your immune system. And also, not only will one shot help you make it throughout the entire day, but a shot will actually help you retain caffeine from one cup of coffee. So I do rely on Magic Mind every day, and it helps me make it throughout the day with zero crashing. I'm never crashing at 4 o'clock like I used to after a caramel macchiato, which I used to drink every single day when I was working retail. It was terrible. That was a bad idea. But Magic Mind has totally changed my mornings, and I hope it's changing yours. But this is the last week to get this specific deal that is dropping only with this pod for this month. And I'm going to tell you how to jump in because I think it's only available until the 5th. So you got to jump in now. By the time you listen to it, I hope you listen to this every Friday as it drops. So I hope you listen to this. But if you're interested, please hit up magicmind.com/JanKickPod and use the code KickPod20 so that you can get 56% off your first purchase and also a 20% off your one-time purchase if you're not interested in doing a subscription. But I implore you to do a subscription because for this month only, right? And actually for the next 3 days left only, when you subscribe for 3 months, you get a whole month for free. That's right, a whole month for free when you use my code KickPod20 at my magicmind.com/JanKickPod. Please use that link. Use the code. It will help you. You will get a whole full month for free along with your 3 months. It's an amazing deal. So you must check it out. And I'm saying, you only have a couple days to jump in on this offer. So, like I said, go to magicmind.com/JanKickPod and use the code KickPod20 so that you can get your 1 month for free today.
if we had to call out a shoe for it being Atlanta, it would be like the Air Max 95. You know what I'm saying? Air Max
Oh, okay.
95, Air Force One, of course. You know what I'm saying? We were wearing Reeboks at one point in time. We were wearing the Saucony. I forget what Saucony was. It was the 5. I'm shooting a blank right now, but it was original. It was the Saucony we used to wear. The Saucony Jazz.
5,000? Grid
No, no, no,
5,000?
it wasn't a high number at all, bro. This was like, man, this was 03, 04 when Saucony was hot. So like,
Mm-hmm.
but but yeah, those are the shoes. The Air Max 95, Air Force One, of course. Um, like I said, Reeboks, but the Reeboks came from what Wayne and them did with Cash Money and all that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that Air Max 95 would be it, the neon green pair. You know what I'm saying? It's like they call Dope Boy 95s. You know what I'm saying? So it's for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, I still need a pair. I've never have been able to own a pair. The only pair of like
That's
that I want to say like OG
the
like
neon
the
pair.
Yeah, like the
Dog,
O.
the neon pairs are going for like $400 right now. I don't
I
know what
know.
happened.
I need them to re-retro again.
Yeah, they will, but
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm confused by it because like literally they dropped 2 years ago. I'm like,
Hmm.
why are these at $400, $500? But you can go find like the previous drop before that on eBay for like 230. You know what I'm saying? Just put some
Yeah.
time, just working on eBay. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, no, I love that neon 95, man. So yeah, I think Atlanta should, I think, if Nike's listening, I think we should get we should get a 95 soon. I think we should. Why wouldn't we? We the 95 city. Let's do something.
Yo, for real. ATL 95s.
Yeah, let's see it. I'm down if I want to see it.
Uh, I mean, cause like the, I mean, I'm trying to remember. Like, I mean, Jermaine Dupri had like hip hop in a crazy chokehold for a bit.
Yeah,
So like I know that, and also Ludacris. And Ludacris, did Ludacris had a shoe? Did he had a collab? I feel like he did,
no,
right?
Luda. I don't recall Luda having a shoe.
Damn, I feel like he
Luda
had.
used, Luda, Luda used to wear big ass shoes in them videos, look like Missy a little bit.
Uh
That's what he
huh.
probably getting at. I don't remember him having no shoe.
I mean, well, I mean during that time, because I was gonna say like the Air Force One is synonymous with Ludacris, and
Yeah,
like the, I mean, I don't know how big it was down there, but over here it was gigantic, and you had to have a pair, right? And in order to just walk the street. But
for sure.
the I have you did you own a pair, and what are your thoughts on having, like, are you like two wears on a white on white and then that's it? Like, are you like DJ Clark Kent with it?
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like I'm a wear Air Force One a couple times. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, do I have multiple pair of all whites? 1,000%. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? But I'm gonna get a couple wears on the all whites. You feel me? Like that ain't, like coming up as a kid. Let's be honest. Like your parents ain't letting you like, oh, you wore that one time. I'm not wearing it no more. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta speak from that perspective. But as I got older, like I have multiple renditions of all white Air Force Ones, like multiple
Mm-hmm.
pairs of CPFM. That's one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? The John Elliott's as well.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, And like I love those new certified level boy Force Ones. I'm gonna probably buy two more pair of those just to have them. You know what I'm saying? I just like the quality on those. You know what I'm saying? Even though at the end
Yeah.
of the day, it's midsole that gets ugly for you, but that leather up top, man, it sticks really well and it wears in. But man, all white Air Force One, man, it's such a beautiful shoe, man. It's everything, man. I think the best one word answer to give that is like everything. You can wear it with everything,
Mm-hmm.
rock it with everything, call it whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man.
It is. I mean, I only own one pair. I only got the Supreme joints because, and
What?
I was like, okay, I
Wait,
don't own any.
nah,
Like,
hold on. Wait. Man. What you mean you only got the all white Supreme Air Force One, fam?
that's all I got, man. I had one pair growing up, all white on whites, and then I grew up in the my parents, my mom would tell me, "Hey, you always have to buy, black shoes. Black shoes don't
Okay.
get dirty easier,
Yeah,
such
yeah,
as
yeah. Okay.
you know."
All right. But still, as you got older, you passed. It's a lot of premium all white shoes that, like, not all white shoes, but all white Air Force Ones you just passed on just for the
Yeah,
sake of. But
just for the
was it
sake
because
of.
like already have all white Air Force Ones, or was it just like I'm cool?
I don't know. I think because of like I instead of going to like all white on white shoes, I kept getting brighter shoes. And so like, I can I would go with the crazy colorway over the white on whites.
Okay, all right, I
You know
respect
what
it.
I mean? Like
I,
if you were like, all right, you got to pick between the Animal Pack 95s and a pair of white on whites, I'm gonna go for the Animal
oh
Pack
yeah,
95s.
but I'm not even putting those against each other. A white on white is an essential shoe that you just have. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
Air Max 95 with me is like I'm getting both. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's that. I think you should. Damn, that's tough, bro. My man said the Supreme Air Force Ones. Jeez, that's tough, bro.
And so I wore them with the white laces, and I felt weird, so I had to put the red laces in.
Yo, that's funny, bro. You wanted everybody to know you had the Supreme Air Force Ones on. It's all good. It's
No,
all
that's not
good.
that's not it. I just
Nah,
felt weird with the.
fam. That was it, bro. That was it. It's all good. You had to let people know, man. You ain't had no all whites on, man. I feel it. I feel it, man. Let these folks know, bro.
Yes, announce
Oh,
me. Announce that I have the Supreme Air Force Ones when you see me. I'm definitely curious to like, what was your first job that you got and that first pair that you were like, all right, I'm gonna pay for these with my own money.
True Blue threes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was True Blue threes, and I bought it with the Darius Miles Clippers jersey. I still have a
Mm.
picture somewhere. I'll throw it up. Like had the pinwheel hat on. I thought it was fabulous, man. But yeah, it was a True Blue threes. I bought them at Just for Feet, dog, with my own paycheck. Yeah, True
Hmm.
Blue threes. 2001 True Blue threes. Yeah, yeah, bro.
What was that? What was that first job though?
What was that then? I think I might have been at McDonald's then, bro. It was like short lived because I ended up jumping from that to being a photo lab supervisor at CVS. I couldn't believe I jumped that so crazy. But yeah, I think I might have been at McDonald's then, bro. High school type shit. So
Hmm.
yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
wild.
The
You
whole,
you
whole
I was gonna ask you ever worked at Waffle House?
hell no, no, bro. Nah, big dog. Nah, big dog. Nah. Respect to Waffle House, Casa de Waffles. Respect to Casa de Waffles, man. No, no, no Waffle House slander is allowed over here
I
at
mean,
all.
no, this not. It's not. I was just wondering if you did.
Nah, fam. You not, nah, dude. Dude, like coming out of high school, like attempting college I went to college for like 2 weeks, bro.
Hmm.
Music picked up, so like, I mean, I don't know, I don't know if people know this story or not, but like, I used to be in a group,
Hmm.
and we were featured in video games and all that, bro. So like, we was in that space, man. And it was like, oh, this is fire. This is dope. We thought we were those guys, and rightfully so. We had the right to, based off of those accomplishments, coming out the gate like that. But yeah, man, those are some fun times, man. Fun times.
I mean, that's
Culture, bro.
wild.
Culture, bro. Culture is everything, bro. Like culture is why everything's how it is right now, bro.
Hmm.
Like it's precious. Is no, you can't put a value on our culture, bro. Like at all, dog. Like, and that's why at times I be having to catch myself me replying like I'm one of these people. I actually love this shit, bro. Like, and I'm sorry to curse, but like I love this
Nah,
shit
you
for
curse.
yeah. Like I like this. I'm not here just doing this for the sake of doing it. Like this is like lifestyle for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't gotta throw a camera on. If a camera's recording me, this is actually what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, oh, nah, he Holmes with this for real. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I test that to coming up and catching wanting to be a part of things and being in a position to be a part of certain things and also just seeing things grow and adapting to stuff relatively quick too.
Nah, yeah. I mean, it's dope. I think that I did want to touch on like like starting to get into this and started to push. I want to say push the culture forward because it's a lot of stuff that you do is like culture pushing instead of just like riding the wave.
Yeah,
Uh,
man. Yeah, yeah.
but like, what made you be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna just do this now?
In regards to just like being a part of the culture. Now, I think it's always been in us. I think we all have a path that we walk, bro. Like, and I don't think
Hmm.
we pick it. I think we chosen to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And when I say we, like I have my path that's chosen, you have your path that's chosen. Like, was it calculated? No, bro. Like I said, I'm pretty sure you go back to before we were able to realize what it was. You couldn't have told those people doing whatever they were doing at that time being, hey, in 20 more years, you guys would be leading corporate companies and spearheading campaigns. Like, bro, like this is man, I think we just walking past, bro. Like, I'm just keeping it a buck with you.
Hmm.
Smino say, hey, man, it's God, bro. It's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's God. I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? I was just walking my path, and that's what it is. So, like, man, like, luckily, like, my uncle instilled this in me, man. Like, it's always like lead, but also lead from a space of being solution based. You see
Hmm.
something you don't like, fix it. No matter how small it is, no matter how big it is. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I always like no task is too small or too big for me. You feel me?
Hmm.
Like if I see it, there are things that I even do from a perspective of like even how like the city of Atlanta gets overlooked. If I see Atlanta get overlooked for a particular situation, prime example, you can go back to like just to be synonymous with the sneaker conversation that we having, like with the air situation that happened. You know what I'm saying? It's like when the
Hmm.
air movie came out, you saw these activations happening in big cities. It's like, man, how y'all do them activations in these big cities and y'all ain't even come to Atlanta? You know what I'm saying? And and attest to like what we're doing here, especially if
Mm-hmm.
we're quote unquote the most influential city in the world. So what we do, it's like, all right, let me click up with some of the homies. I click up with Versus, I click up with Full Circle. It's like, yo, let's throw a viewing party. You know what I'm saying? Let's
Mm-hmm.
go buy the theater, free of charge, and let's do it ourselves. Like that's how I think, man. It's like, but also like Jay-Z, my favorite rapper. So I'm always like, well, what Hov do? It's like I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna do it myself. You know what I'm saying? So like that's my mentality on everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just feel like, man, you want power, you want this, but the thing about it, with power, man, comes a lot of responsibilities, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's I feel like a lot of people want power, a lot of people want clout, but it's like you could tell what's intentional and was really clout chasing. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
are you doing something to like push everything forward? Like, and I like to say this out loud. Like everything I attempt to do is I don't do nothing that's selfish. Like I'm a selfless individual. You know what I'm saying? It's like how can we do something that makes the city of Atlanta look proud? You know what I'm saying? So every
Mm-hmm.
time you see me doing something, it's on behalf of like what can I do? What let me do my part in regard to pushing my city forward. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the internet. I mean, you got to use the internet like a vessel, man. It's like not a vessel, but just it's a conduit in regard to amplification and a platform to just push whatever that is. But I'm sorry, I strayed off because I'm trying to hook back to the answering of your initial question. But I think it was about just culture when I got into culture. But like, nah, I just
No,
dog.
no,
This is
I was.
real,
It
bro.
was more of a. It was more of like what influenced you into beside like
Man, it's culture,
to
bro.
deciding to push the culture forward in your format. You know.
Like I say, we just chosen, bro. I think we chosen to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
you clearly had something that clicked in you. Like so, it's like, hey, I want to, I want to do my first kicks. Let me have this conversation. Let me be intentional with who I bring on. Let
Mm-hmm.
me make sure it's an open dialogue. You know what I'm saying? I've been in situations where people are just literally here just for the sake of trying to reap a benefit of a free product later down the line. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
see through all that. You know what I'm saying? So with me, it's like I don't even think from that perspective, bro. It's just about just living, man, and making sure you walk in the path and making sure you also open the door for, like I said, like little cousin in them. So they're not saying, hey, man, F wherever y'all at or wherever y'all talking on. I think our goal and our position here is to make sure that we leave the doors open for everybody coming behind us.
No, yeah. I mean, perfect example though is you did say the air activation that you did, which I wish I mean, I got to figure out a way to get to Atlanta when you do something dope.
Oh,
But
damn, man. What city you in again? I forget.
I'm in New York, man.
You up top. You up top. You up top.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You know our
Um, but the one activation I know I was like super jealous of was that Nike activation that you did, where you brought all the creators together.
which
Um,
one?
the one that you the I know it was like a picture that you did. I don't know if it was like you guys worked on a shoe or you guys were like you did like a big trip to Portland with all the Atlanta creators.
Oh, and
Um,
we were we was in front of Mercedes Benz Stadium.
yeah, that one.
Yeah, we were in Atlanta, bro. It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like a
yeah.
meeting of minds, bro. We was just, they were down here, they tapped in, like, hey, what y'all got going on? And I think they were about to go to Trap Museum. And I was like, wait a minute. No shade to Trap Museum, you know what I'm saying? Respect to all them. But
Mm-hmm.
I was like, who y'all linking up with while y'all down here? So I put like a little situation where we could click up real fast. And my people over at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium allowed us to kind of come post up in front of the backyard, which they don't even allow. You know what I'm saying? It
Mm-hmm.
was just a meeting of the minds. I had people pulling up, and we just chopped it up there, bro. Like my guy Sam captured, the vibe. He killed that, by the way. I forgot about that. Actually, he made it look like a movie, dog. Like it was.
Mm-hmm.
I completely forgot about that recap. So I was like, which one are you talking about? But nah, we was just chopping it up, man, with some execs, man, and just speaking in regard to Atlanta. And like I said, bro, with me, dog, it's always us. It's
Mm-hmm.
all, bro, always. You know what I'm saying? Like you go to every photo on my personal Instagram. Yeah, you might see a couple photos of me dolo, but the other ones are me in group photos.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm always like, oh, I want to bring everybody. We bring everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We're more powerful as a closed fish. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that was just me hitting some of the homies up. I think I had my guy DJ EU, which is man, he pretty much owns the Latin scene down here in Atlanta, man. When it comes to
Mm-hmm.
parties, man, I had a mix of everybody. I think Harrison Neville pulled up. My guy Fred Foster, who works with Future.
Mm-hmm.
Who else was there? My guys from Versus. I think Full Circle might have pulled up. I'm not sure. I'm trying to flip through, remember who was all there, but nah, man. I was just I tried to get as many people I could get to pull up at that time, and it was also traffic time too. So, man, I think about it, man. It's family down here, bro. You gotta come down to Atlanta, dog. You come down to Atlanta, it's real deal legit family down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the community is only but so big, but it's like we all rock with each other. You might not see us with each other every day, but
Hmm.
we all like it's the 6 degrees of separation situation. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's a phone call away.
No, yeah, I mean, the I just think that's dope. Like for me, the one thing I loved about sneaker culture and culture in general, especially like hip hop culture, is
Mhm.
this sense of community, right? So like when
Yeah,
you find your community, it's just so like you always have conversations. There's always a new topic to talk on. Somebody's putting you onto something else,
yeah,
and it just spreads like a wildfire. You know, like a community garden. Like you
correct.
plant seeds and ideas and pause into everybody, but like it's just the sharings of just the ideas and thoughts. I think it helps build just like you yourself as a person, and then like the art or craft that you are trying to perfect as well, because you're able to become much more receptive to ideas and thoughts, and without that, because I mean the internet makes it so solo where you're just like, all right, I'm doing this by myself and there's
Right,
nothing else, like,
right,
you know
right,
what I mean?
right.
But it's great to see that you do that, and I wish there was more of that, because I do find it rare. I feel, I don't know if you see more of that in other places, but I do find it rare when it comes to like my purview or my views.
I think it exists. I just think it exists in smaller pockets of bigger cities. And I think the
Hmm.
thing about us in Atlanta is we're a big little city.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's easy for us to like click up, do certain things, make things happen. So I see it. Like I know they do it over in LA a lot. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it's just LA's. You put this. You align the state of Georgia next to California. You can put Georgia and California 3 4 times. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
like, I think it's that. But also I think it's timing too. You know what I'm saying? In regards to like us having the eyes on us being, controlling the music space and, people just looking to see, hey, like what's happening down in Atlanta. So I think,
Hmm.
like I said, once again, mind you, the conversation we were having earlier, bro, we couldn't have planned all this, bro. This is all timing, all
Hmm.
divine timing. You know what I'm saying? We just walking the path, no pun intended, but just making sure our sneakers look good.
I mean, that's definitely part of it, because you're definitely not coming up and pulling up in no dusty white Air Force Ones, man.
Nah, you won't get that over here, buddy. I'm sorry. No, sir.
Well, I mean,
Shout out to Lobos, by the way, man. I just want to throw that out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
uh,
Lobos.
the I mean, you talk about that, and like what I'm curious about is, are there stores? Because I mean, one of the most recent, I think not most recent, but the one thing that I noticed is in Atlanta they accepted, they big up um individual creators like Cool Kai. I know when Cool Kai does his
Yeah.
pop ups down there, it's always just like around the block and stuff like that.
That's
But
because y'all be down here, dog. Come on. That's why I'm surprised you never been down here. Like, y'all came down here and infiltrated Atlanta in 2001. All y'all
no,
New York down here. Y'all came down here and scammed up the city, bro. Come on, bro. We know why Kai got that love down here. None but New Yorkers down here. New
I
Yorkers,
mean, the only reason I know there's so much New Yorkers down there now is because like my friend recently moved down there. But I know
now.
that
What do you mean now, bro?
no,
Y'all
I
been
mean,
telling you. Trust me, bro. We used to have beef in high school with New Yorkers because y'all came out here so deep. It's New York versus the South. Like I'm telling you, bro. Y'all been down here, dog. Y'all down here. New Yorkers down here. I love New Yorkers. Mind you, it's love. It's all love. At the end of the day,
uh,
y'all helped us build us to where Atlanta is today. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all,
but
that's y'all.
look, you're talking to somebody who doesn't know a lot of people that moved down to Atlanta. Like that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like you like it, my small little circle of my Facebook group or my Facebook friends,
Yeah.
right? There's only one person that went down there. The only other time I ever heard, or the only other time I ever spoke to somebody that moved from a New York centric
Mhm.
place to Atlanta was Tiana Denise, and then
Yeah.
that was it. Like, and that's when I started this podcast.
Nah,
So
New York is down. When I say down here, New York
yeah.
be down here like rugs. Like you from New York, Fab been down here. Stop, man, bro. I can get into a whole other conversation about that. Y'all been down here. New York has been out here since 2001, early
Mhm.
2000s, running it up. Telling you.
I mean, look, prices here are expensive, so I'm sure people are just like, I'm going back down. I'm going back to.
It's getting expensive here too. Shit, this shit is crazy down here now. It's wild down here in Atlanta, dog. Numbers is up.
I mean, it's wild. I think. Look, because I had my homie Rob Hayes. We talked about Keith Lee passing through Atlanta, and he had this whole retort about you know if if you let me skip the line, you let me skip the line. But I still think is what is beautiful about it is that it's black businesses helping each other, black you keeping the black dollar within the black community, in my opinion. So I think that's dope, right? So.
I mean, I mean, he got a mixed reaction. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
Yeah,
did he put a spotlight on how Atlanta is? Yeah, 1,000%. Some people pull up, are able to skip the lines, but that happens everywhere. That happens everywhere. Does it happen a lot in Atlanta? Yeah, 1,000%. But I think also like some of the locations he picked was just kind of like, bro, you kind of, you know what I mean? Like, come on, big dog. But it is what it is. I appreciate him coming out here and showing that light because it's always good to bring, like you said, bring awareness and bring
hmm
value to black establishments that may lack that infrastructure, having the ability to spend money on marketing. You know what I'm saying? So like,
yeah.
it was a gift in that, but also like, I mean, I'm not. Hey man, next question, bro.
you
I ain't
you telling me you get to skip the line? KO skip all the lines. He's good to go.
look, if it's packed somewhere and I know I have a text that I can send through to try to get, I'm trying it. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody would. You would too if you had it,
I'm
right?
definitely. Look. I have no like. We talked about it. We talked about it on his podcast. Look, if you let me skip any kind of line, I don't care if it's a line in the
Keep
bathroom.
doing it.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in. I don't
yeah.
care.
I'm skipping the Six Flags line. What are we talking about? Like, come on, man. Like, let's be real here. You know what I'm saying? Is it
uh,
it's at the end of the day, it is what it is. Mine just is, you can get into a conversation like this. If Obama pulled up, Obama gonna wait. Y'all making Obama wait in line?
definitely not.
Okay, you gonna let him and whoever the 40 people with him go wherever they gotta go. So it is what it is. Give him a courtesy, double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
No, yeah, but I mean, like, I was just saying, like, I wanted to pivot to like other like shops that we don't know about. Like, have you or shops that you grew up going to when you were younger? Like, were there some of your favorite shops still around that you used to hit up? Because I know we
Uh,
now have in there, so like, what were shops that you always used to frequent that were like mom and pop shops
Wish,
that?
yeah, Wish. That thing we keep bringing up A Mama, yeah, and everybody keeps skipping over Wish. Like Wish ain't been down here
No, yeah, wishes,
thousands, bro. I
wishes.
don't like that, bro. Like it's like
Hmm
we can't we. I'm not just saying. I'm not talking directly to you. It's just like there's this conundrum in regard to
hmm
like no one names Wish, and it's like, yo, Wish been around, bro, for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they are this new store, and it's also like one point in time was the only women's owned boutique in America.
hmm
You know what I mean? So like, I've always shopped at Wish. Walters is still open. Man, Epitome, which is now closed. Of course, you already know your footsie spots. You know what I'm saying? Your Foot Locker is always just go to
hmm
spots. But we had like key Foot Lockers here that we used to visit a lot. That some don't exist right now anymore, just due to gentrification and things of that nature. But
hmm
just for feet, man, sports profile, you know what I'm saying? Like it can go down a path, man. Distant replays for the throwback jerseys, you know what I'm saying? They no longer exist, bro. But I can, I get teary eyed talking about it because, like,
I know,
dang,
yeah. I wanted that. I was hoping, you share a story about one of your favorite stores, or even just a line story from one of your stores, one of those stores that you visited.
man, my line stories, I don't want to speak about the line stories because they may amplify the wrong things on this podcast. But I'm glad that first come first serve is coming back and coming back into the forefront,
hmm
so people can start being social. I don't care if you sitting on here and you over 30 saying I got a job and woo and all that. This shit ain't for you. This for the kids, so the kids can go out there and try this shit. You know what I'm saying? So
hmm
that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Every time we speak up, we got old people that don't even come out the house or never was out the house from day one saying, oh no, just keep it online, man. Fuck all that.
I mean, I'm in the. What am I in? I'm in the. I'm in the. I just want to be able to walk around and do like loops again. Like I used to do
Yeah.
tons of loops downtown, and like when I'm in like shopping mood, like I want to be able to shop. You know what I mean?
Just
Obviously,
on a shoe.
yeah.
Try on a shoe. When was the last time you went into the store, put on a shoe, saw if you liked it or didn't like it, and say, "Nah, I'm cool on these," or "Yeah, I want these." The
I do
shopping
that.
experience is ruined completely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like from that to also, when was the last time you measured your foot?
No, never. Once I hit 13, I'm good. I haven't
But
measured
still,
my
like,
shit.
but you still should measure your feet. You know what I'm saying? You gain a little weight, your feet get a little fat.
Hmm.
So like the whole shopping experience, but mind you, even like from a perspective of, I remember like the turtle doves dropped the first 350s. I bought them shit so fast, I got them shits on and tried to put them on with a fit. I kicked them off immediately. I would never want to 50 cents. Like these shits is trash. I wish I could have went into the store, tried them on, and been like, yeah, now I'm cool on these. Like, come on, bro. Like the whole shopping experience is done. That's why I think the first come, first serve is so pivotal in moving forward. Y'all
Hmm.
want we can't complain about wanting to be able to shop, but don't want to like align back into the space where, like you said, it's the first come, first serve. You get back to first come, first serve through layers, multiple layers at that. They got to
Yeah.
make enough shoes to let the shoe sit. So you can go in there and try the shoe on. You know what I'm saying? Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe let one of your favorite pair of jeans fall on the shoe properly and be like, oh yeah, this it. No, I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm just tired. I'm just like I said, bro. It's a couple layers in this culture that just disgusts me. Like I'm just tired of. Oh, these look fire in hand. Like nigga, that's the same shoe you saw in the photo grid from the 30 other people holding the shoe in their hand.
Exactly. Exactly. I stay get upset by that. That's why I'm not a big fan of early looks. Like I
Oh,
think I
oh,
think
oh my
early
god.
looks are just it's like it doesn't give you the sense of what it's trying to actually convey. Like you need to the
Yeah, man.
it takes you away from the process so much.
But this is one thing that you have to respect about, and I'm gonna say his name because I rock with Yankee. You have to respect Yankee. You know what I'm saying? No matter whatever you think about him, at least the man put the goddamn shoe on his foot. And you
Yeah.
take a photo of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm
Yeah.
tired of like, man, look at this shoe. The midsole, man, put the shoe on, bro. Let me see what the shoe look like. Like it's tough, bro. Like it's like, and then you got to think about, like I said, the whole shopping experience, full circle moment. Why am I having to go to YouTube to figure out how a shoe, how a sizing of a shoe is?
Yeah.
Most of these niggas don't even know their shoe size.
Right. They don't
They
even know
just
what this. They don't even know the function of shoes anymore
yeah,
now.
exactly. So it's like, yo, I'm having to like vicariously live through somebody that really ain't even into this shit for real. He really just doing it for a check.
Hmm.
I go spend money on a shoe, get it to me. The store doesn't have they have a no refund policy. Now I got to go play the whole bait and switch game. Man, somebody side swap me, or I got to sell, either lose out on selling and buy it again. Like man, so like man, the layers on this get so deep, bro. Like these are the conversations we should be having. Let's
Yeah.
have the real conversation. Let's stop all this finicky random BS conversation just to be talking. Like let's talk about let's talk about the reality of what it is to purchase sneakers for real.
Hmm.
Not about no bot. I don't care about bots, bro. Bots is bots. They're going to live. We can't compete with bots unless you're an actual computer. Neither one of you or I aren't Chat GPT or cheap, whatever that shit is. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
let's talk about real solutions and complain about real things. That's how you get things done. What is your shopping experience? Because if you
Hmm.
call any corporate company and they say, "Hey, they're gonna, can we send you a survey? What's on the survey? What's the survey about? The survey is about your experience.
Hmm.
It's not about I had a bot or this person has a million pairs. No, my shopping experience sucks with your company right now because I number one, I'm a fan of your product. Two, cool, I may not have a way of getting your product, but even if I did, I don't have a way to figure out if I actually like or love the product or not until I get it in hand. So now
Right.
that
Exactly.
it's harnessed from out the gate.
Hmm.
Let's have those conversations, bro. Like if people want to have legit combos, let's have shopping experience conversations that
I
don't
mean,
revolve around pressing a button on your phone. I'm talking
I've
about going.
been, I've been, I've been like ever since 2020. I've always noticed that like the trends is always trying to, what companies are doing are trying to take away. They're trying to just do direct to consumer, in my
Correct.
opinion. Like they're
Flipping
just
the coast
trying
for
to,
that too.
yeah. But it's
Yep.
also just like, oh, you know, as long as we sell all these pairs, somebody's gonna get them, and I feel like
Sure.
that just kills it all. You know what I mean?
Push, and I think that now you go into the conversation of like now it's business. Like from a business perspective, they want to run through it. They got a bottom line to hit.
Hmm.
So now the customer experience really don't matter to them, but it does matter to them because your customer experience and your ratings, it affects jobs for real.
Oh
It
yeah, for
affects
sure.
it affects SEOs, your search engines. Because when you go look at the sneakers app, does the sneaker app have a Yelp? Like, imagine if the sneakers app. This is a tweet right here. Imagine if the sneakers app had a Yelp. What would the rating be?
Shoot, it'd be low, bro.
But mind you, like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to
Yeah,
think about when you start hitting that tone. Like, we the consumers have the power. It's just we just make it sound like we don't have no power because all we do is goddamn complain every day. So it
yeah.
sounds like little boy cry wolf. You
But it's
complain
like,
every 6 years.
but it's like that's what I'm saying. Like I always tell people, and I get a lot of pushback on this. It's are you buying the shoe? Like, are you caring for what you're buying for, or are you just buying it to buy it? And if you're just buying it to buy it, then what made you push yourself to be like, all right, I'm gonna spend my hard earned money to buy this? Nobody. I don't think. I think. I don't think that becomes like a natural like progressional thought into
Yeah,
people like as they're buying things, and the reason why I think that has it become more prevalent now is because the way that sneakers are sold to us are so far removed from what stepping into a place, asking
right.
questions, trying the sneaker out. Like it's
Exactly.
all of that is all so far removed from us now that people
Yep.
are just easily mindlessly spending money without thinking, okay, maybe I already have this shoe in another
Right.
colorway, or maybe I already have this shoe 4 times from the last 4 years. Like, it's so easily just pushing us into just this drone buying where we're just, oh, this is the next new hot shit. All right, cool. I'm gonna cop it. Boom. There you go.
Well, I think that the option of the plan B also is part of that too, right? So it's like a person buys a shoe and it's like, man, if I like it, I like it, and really they don't like it because the thing is, if you're buying something you don't know if you like it or not, you really don't like it, right?
Hmm.
A person gets a shoe and it's like they don't like it, I can just sell it, but it's like, damn, that shoe could have went to a person that actually wanted the shoe.
Right.
So it's like
Yeah.
so many layers into this, bro. And then like you said, as we think about that, now your remorse response becomes super low. Cause
Hmm.
like I can't even have no remorse for you because I don't even know if you upset that you missed out on the shoe because you couldn't sell it or because you wanted to wear it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like it's just this double-edged sword. All it's like Final Destination everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Hmm.
what is it? It's like and you can only imagine from a company perspective because yeah, I think about it, if I'm an owner of a company, it's like, man, I don't know what to do. All I need to know is like, man, how do we keep selling shoes?
You're
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
let's just keep selling shoes. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be here again, but it is what it is, dog.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yo, KO, I have one more question before we head up out of here. And
Sure.
that question is, I want you to visualize as you're about to open that box for the shoe. I forgot the shoe now. Wait, no, no,
Like,
no.
I'm
Wait,
about
wait.
to
What
say
was it? What was your first shoe?
that AI, nah, man.
That AI, yeah, the DMX. My bad, bro. We got so headed into this conversation, and my brain just started.
I can talk, bro. Like I can sit and chop it up with you all day. Like this ain't. I like just having conversations, bro. Like this is nothing. But I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue your
No, no,
question.
no. Yeah, yeah. So I want you to think about that moment when young KO was about to open that box for the AI DMX joints, and as he's about to open that box, now you're you, but transported back behind yourself. What would you tell your younger self as he's about to open that box?
Don't carry.
Don't carry it.
That's it. I got called for the carry. Top of the key is like, damn. I tried to drain all my confidence. Like, what? What? Imagine you saw AI getting called for carrying. How pissed off he was. It was the same thing. I felt the same way. Like, bro, what? You
I
see
mean,
shoes on my feet? Like, what? But
I,
yeah, nah, don't carry or just knock one down and spot up. But
Mhm.
yeah, don't carry. That's
don't
that's it.
Don't carry, bro. Oh man, yo, perfectly said. Thank you so much for jumping on, man. This was a great conversation. I hope people, really get some insight from this, and I don't get a ton of emails saying I'm an old head for what I said about the mystery
You,
boxes.
nah, you good, man. Look, we're just gonna chalk it up to you. Like being transparent at the moment. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of like thinking from the other person's perspective. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But you're right. Everybody take L's, right? We all got to take L's.
For
You know,
sure, for sure.
take it.
Yo, like make sure everybody check out KO on all his socials. ATA
Man, see me in real life,
ATATF.
bro.
Hell
See
yeah.
me in real life, man. We look from here on out, 2024. We not doing follow my act. Shake my hand in real life, man. We got to bring it back to the social aspect. Shake my hand when you see me. Don't like, come on, man. Shake my hand.
Shoot.
That's what we doing from here on out. Shake my hand. Meet a
Shay,
real person. Like, let's be for real from here on out in 2024. Let's stop the
yo,
cap.
facts. We're in person. All a lot of more in person
More in
2024.
person. Come outside. Get touch grass,
Touch
as they would
grass.
say. Don't touch grass. Get your ass off the internet complaining all goddamn day. Go do something. Live. Push your city forward, no matter what city you're in. It could be a small town. Go do something big for your city.
That's
I'm
facts,
telling you,
yo.
that's the cheat code to all of this.
Hmm.
Trust me.
Hmm. Yo, thank you so much for jumping on. And for everybody out there, you know what we say each week: wear your kicks. Peace.